If there's one thing we can't get enough of and that we rarely ever get, it is video games with the word burly in their title. And we have one such game here, Burly Men at Sea. Can you give us the quick pitch? What kind of game is this?
Burly Men at Sea is a folktale adventure about three large bearded fishermen who go on an adventure at sea through Scandinavian folklore. So there's a lot of elements of mythology and folklore in the game, and you encounter mysterious creatures. So it's really an adventure about adventure. It's about these guys breaking away from the ordinary and into something new.
As luck would have it, I'm from Scandinavia, so what kind of folklore are you building on more specifically there?
Sure, so we have sea nymphs, we have the kraken, we have a creature called the draug, there's others, there's a maelstrom, so just any kind of mythological thing that's associated with the sea we try to build into the game. We were also heavily inspired by Scandinavian fishing villages, so a lot of the colors and the design in the game comes from that.
Yeah, even though it's so stylized, I sort of kind of feel like home with it. Can you tell us about that visual style, because it is really something out of the ordinary?
Yeah, we're a husband and wife team. I'm the programmer and sound designer. My wife is the artist, and she comes from a graphic design background. And so when she started doing game art, she really applied her design sensibility to the game world. She does a lot of work to make sure that it's as minimal as possible and uses a basic shape language. So it's a lot of work to get down to something very simple.
And that also sort of ties into sort of Scandinavian aesthetics, if you will, because that sort of form language is very prevalent in that part of the world as well.
Yeah, she actually was inspired by modern Scandinavian illustration as well. So she tried to integrate that. She did some research and integrated that.
Cool. So these three burly men, can you tell us a little bit about them? They just go by the size of their beard, or what?
Well, they have distinct personalities. So we have Brave Beard, Steady Beard, and Hasty Beard. And because they're all coming from different viewpoints, sometimes they don't always agree. And we like the idea of you as a player being the storyteller, and you can choose which viewpoint you want to go with in any given situation. So there's a branching storyline throughout the game, and you can play many times and get a different outcome by making different choices along the way.
Almost sounds like the bears in Goldilocks.
Yeah, there's some of that.
Pretty cool. So, what are you going for? I've tried it a little bit here. It seems like it's more sort of narrative than perhaps puzzle-driven. Is that the approach that you've taken?
Yeah, we're really trying to push interactive storytelling. So we've really minimized the amount of puzzles. It's more about having an experience. It's very narrative-driven in the sense that we're also going for a storybook aesthetic, because there's this mask mechanic that allows us to drop out the background, focus on the characters, very nice kind of clean white background. So we want it to look like an interactive storybook almost.
I mean, it's one of those games, I can imagine someone looking at this who's not aware of anyone controlling it, that they're not really looking at a game, if you know what I mean. And that's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but you know what I'm going for?
Yeah, and one other thing is we're inspired by is animation. We love animated films from Miyazaki to Pixar, and we hope that in the end it's sort of like watching an animated movie, you know, when you're watching someone play.
Obviously, you're running on PC here or Mac, I don't know.
It's a Mac, but yes.
It is. But it feels like a game that's perfect for tablets as well. Are you gunning for that as well?
Yeah, it'll be released simultaneously on PC, Mac, and mobile. And it works great on a touchscreen. It works great with a mouse. It's a little bit different experience both ways, but we've definitely designed with both in mind.
I guess it's a little bit different if you're actually tactile and pulling on the screen and not.
It feels nice. It feels nice to pull that mask apart and push it back in. Yeah, it's a different tactile experience.
I'm not sure if I caught it, but are you talking about release dates or windows or anything like that?
Sure. We've been at it for about a year and a half now, and it will definitely be released in 2016. We're thinking Q3, so sometime in the third quarter.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.